are live. It's good, Charles Jermaine, DL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it is Thursday, isn't it, man? Another week almost in the books. So, audio looks good. Video looks good. I'm just kind of checking out everything, guys, making sure everything is everything. So today we're going to talk about loneliness, right? You know, there's a lot of talk out there about male loneliness and sexless men. But there's a lot of female loneliness out there as well. A lot of these women, some of these women are sexless, but that's by choice. Unlike the men are sexless and they want to be with somebody, but they don't have the skill set or they're not desired by women or whatever the issue may be. So they're celibate, but it's involuntary, hence the term incel, right? So, but women, it's a little bit different. So we want to talk about that. And the thing is, you know, when it comes to this happiness and loneliness and all that, man, it's really unnecessary. But for, you know, we like to talk to the brothers over here. So I want to, you know, talk to you guys and just let you know it's not you, but you're going to have to do the work. And we're going to talk about why. So let's get into it. We are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. Sister Lady Naveau is in the building. What's good, sis? Always a pleasure to see you. Always. We got Brother Donnie in the building as well. What's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? What up? Yes, sir. We live, man. We trying to make this happen, bro. Brother Donnie's like, I agree with the topic. When it comes to cold approaching, I assume that every woman is lonely. A lot of them try to mask it, and it's all cope. Yeah, man. That's, you know, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what it is. And I'm glad you brought up the cold approach thing, because this is where dudes are lacking. And like when the guys, especially the young guys out there, the bottom 80 dudes, some of the older dudes too, like the invisible guys out there, they're not having any success. Why? Because their social skills are off, man. They don't know how to cold approach. They don't know how to small talk. They don't know how to, you know, have a conversation and get out of the conversation. We talk about that all the time over here, but it's really important. But there's a flip side to this, right? We're going to talk about it. There are a lot of women out there who are saying, well, we want men to approach. We want this. We want men to do this. We want men to do that. We want men to do the other. But here's the thing. Yeah, they say they want men to do it, but they don't want all men to do it. They want the men that they find attractive to do it. They want the confident men. They want the exciting men. They want the men, you know, who are handsome and charismatic and funny. That's who they want to approach them. They don't want the bottom 80 invisible guy with bad hygiene and no fashion sense and no stories and, you know, all around boring dude. They don't want that dude to come talk to them. They don't even see that dude until he's standing in her face and she's like, oh my, get away. And she's reaching for her whistle. So listen, ladies, you guys are going to have to understand and accept that the top tier guys do in fact have options, and the top tier guys are willing to smash whatever they want to smash, but they're not going to commit to just any old body. You need to understand that, ladies. The guys understand, like, yeah, even if you get your game up and you learn how to approach, dudes know when they're swinging above their weight class, man. When if a dude's a legit 6, like a 6 is one step above average. If a dude is like a legit 6 and he sees a 10 and he runs at her and his game is mediocre, he understands that it's not going to work probably. But, you know, he's out here working on his social skills and he's going to go over, cold approach, break the ice, get her name and be out. And if within that exchange would take about, you know, a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Within that exchange, if she kind of digs him and she asks for his social media or number or something like that, or if his game is to a point where he recognizes the choosing signals, she's making eye contact, she's playing with her hair, she reaches out and touches him within that 2-minute encounter, then he'll go ahead and ask for her number or get her social media or whatever, and maybe try something down the road. But he goes into that understanding like, yeah, I'm probably gonna strike out here. Like she's probably ain't gonna want to do nothing with me here. But he does it anyway just to stay sharp. But he understands he doesn't deserve her, none of that. Women, a woman who is a 4, which is a one step below average, believes that she deserves a 10. She deserves her prince in shining armor. And he's gonna come and, rescue her or whatever. And she will not settle for anything less. So that's what we're going to get into now. They'll let, these women, the 4s or whatever, they'll let the top tier dudes smash. They'll come over and do whatever. She'll come over and play Miss Pac-Man, if you know what I'm saying. Let him finish in her mouth and all that. They'll do all that. But that guy's not going to commit. And then it just kind of messes them up. So we're going to watch a couple of videos. The first video we're going to watch comes from Sigma Traits. It's this collection of, women talking about stuff. And I just wanted to point some things out. We got brother Cars Car in the building. What's good, fam? Salute to you. Appreciate you, man. So we're going to have a look at this. Do me a favor, guys. If you're here, don't be afraid to hit that like button. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We're going to continue these conversations. But like I said, man, I'm really going to focus on helping the bottom 80 dudes, the invisible guys, the weirdos. Like, fellas, it's not you, it's what you're not doing. I don't want to say that again. It's not you, the weirdo guy, the invisible dude. It's not you, bro. It's what you're not doing. And you're not investing in yourself. You're not putting in the work. You're not becoming the best version of yourself. This is why you're struggling with women out here in today's sexual marketplace. So if you're here, you're checking this out. If you know someone that this information might help, man, send it to them. Let them check it out, man. I'm not coming over here with that full-blown alpha energy going crazy, going to hell. Oh, we're the man. I ain't doing all that, but I'm just going to take a look at it as an old dude who's been in the streets for a very long time. I've been in those trenches. I'm just going to give you what I believe you need to get yourself started on this path to being seen by women so you can work on yourself and get those traits that women find attractive and have women come holler at you. It's not that hard. It's not. When you really get into it, it's not that hard. In the beginning, it's very difficult to get past these mental blocks and stuff like that, get over your shyness and whatnot. But if you manage to do the work, bro, you'll see that it ain't that hard, man, because women want to be with guys. They just want the guys that they want. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. So let's check this out. Again, shout out to Sigma Traits. This is a woman who's talking about her dating situation and being single. And like all of these videos, she gets emotional. So let's listen to what this young lady has to say.
This girl at work said something to me the other day, and I can't get it out of my head. I heard a baby around her. I was like, oh God, that's free birth control for me. And she's like, oh, that makes me think of my little baby. And I was like, yeah, I'm too selfish. I don't want kids. I have a dog. That's enough for me. A couple of days later, she's like, so you don't want kids, but you have a dog. Do you have a boyfriend or anything? And I was like, no, I've never had a boyfriend. She's like, how old are you? And I said, 27. She's like, and you've never had a boyfriend? And I never really cared. But there's something about her saying that it really hit me this time because I've never been on even 2 dates with the same person. Even guys I've talked to or hooked up with, they'll slowly stop talking to me, and then I find out they have a girlfriend or they get into a new relationship a week later. And
right, so right off the rip, man, we can see she's talking about a woman who had a baby, who has a child. And then this woman, it seems like this woman either started the conversation or turned the conversation towards the baby. It was like, ooh, that's free birth control for me. Man, that's some hateful shit to say, right? And that leads me to believe that she's frustrated. She wants to be a mom. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants that, but she can't get it. And she was displacing all her anger and frustration on this woman, and more to the point, this woman's child. And this woman, who women are keen on this, women are really good in social situations. The mom was like, yeah, baby, you just sad. How come you ain't got a man? What's wrong with you? You got a dog. You want to take care of a life, but you don't want to take care of a human. You don't want to watch your baby grow and become, a functioning, adult in society, and then have little babies of their own, and you'd be like a grandma. Of course you do. And this girl right here, she's like, oh man, I don't understand because I chose this life. I want to be like this. I don't understand why it's bothering me. It's bothering her because she's been lying to herself. She's been lying to herself. And she can't get the dudes that she wants to commit. So her male counterpart, because this, she's got a few extra pounds, and she's gonna talk about how she used to be like in the 300s. I think she's like close to 300 pounds or something like that. Like she was heavy and she lost a lot of weight. She still got some extra weight on her, but guys are smashing, right? Guys are smashing her. And that's another thing that people fail to take into account. Women don't understand how these guys that they are attracted to, these top tier men, like, well, he slept with me. He slept with me, so I must be special. Like, baby, he's smashing everybody. He smashed you as a last resort. He was really hot and bothered. He was horny. There you were, right? The chubby chick. And, he couldn't get on what he wanted to get on. So he was like, all right, you might as well come over and I'll just pound you out real quick. And she's not getting quality sex. He's not trying to please her in any way, right? He's just going to give her 15, 20 pumps and bust his thing and he's going to sleep. Right. And like she said, I've never been on more than 2 dates with the same person or whatever. I'm messing with guys I hook up with, sleep with. Right. She's giving him her body. And then they'll smash a couple times and be on their way. This is what top tier dudes do. Right. This is how they move. Why? Because they can. They got options. Who should she be trying to holler at? She should be trying to holler at the dude working in the restaurant next to her on fries. The chubby dude, the dude with extra weight. She should be trying to talk to him. She should be going out with him because that dude's going to fall for her. That dude's going to do anything and everything he can for her. But that dude isn't making a whole lot of money. He's well under 6 figures. He's well under 6 feet, right? He doesn't have 6-pack abs. He, you know what I mean? He's not the most handsome dude. Probably got some acne. He's not a sharp dresser, right? He's probably wearing, Megadeth t-shirts and dirty shoes. Right? He's not the funniest guy. He can't tell good jokes. He doesn't have a lot of experiences, but he loves her. Right? He'll love her and do anything he can for her and build a life for her. But she doesn't want that guy. She's going to go out here and try to smash these top tier dudes who are just going to have their fun and move on. And it absolutely does bother her. She's in her late 20s and she doesn't have she's not in a relationship. She's never been in a serious relationship. She doesn't have any prospects. Right. And she comes off with this false sense of confidence. But really, though, she's extremely insecure. She's a cute lady. She's cutie. You know what I mean? Just plain Jane. She's got a few extra pounds. I know I've been there. Right. I've done what I've done with big girls. But I tell you what I've never done with a big girl. I've never taken her out to meet my people. I've never taken her to like a fancy event. I've never taken her to a top tier restaurant. I've never taken her anywhere where there's a lot of people. I wasn't doing that with big girls. What they get to do, they get to come over when I call them. Hey, you can pull up. Hey, what's up? Once you come on over. Hey, once you go grab a movie from Blockbuster, come on over. Hey, once you bring a bottle of Hennessy, come on over. I had this one girl, and this is when I was in my 20s. Met her at one of the nightclubs. We were parking lot pimping kind of thing. The club was over. Right. I got all the numbers from the women that I wanted, and then I was trying to get of the girls that I was messing around with, trying to get them to come by the crib. They was like, man, I ain't messing with you tonight. They didn't want to deal with me. Right. And then here's this chubby chick. You know what I mean? She's a little short, plump little thing. And, we parking lot pimping. Just about everybody's gone home. Ain't nobody really around. So I was like, well, let her run her little game on me. She's talking crazy and she's acting like she's an attractive woman. She's attracted to somebody. She wasn't attracted to me. And she's doing her thing and she's saying her thing. And I'm like, well, look, if you want to come over, you can come over. I ain't doing nothing. If you want to come to the crib, you come to the crib. She drove, followed me to my place. We went into the spot, man, smash, right? That's how I went. And then, of course, she gets put on the reserve list. And she's one of those girls that can call, or I can call her like the booty call chick. That's who she was. She was on that list. And I don't know, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe once a month or so, I would hit her up in the middle of the night after I done struck out with the girls that I want, or she would hit me up. And if I wasn't bored, you know what I'm saying, I would tell her to come over. Never went to her place, have no idea where she lived. She always came over to my place. Eventually she would ask, how come you never take me anywhere? How come you just call me? I come over here and we have sex. I'm like, because that's your role. That's it. That's all you can get out of this. I mean, she didn't want to hear that. And I'm like, you shouldn't have asked me the question. You don't have any leverage here, shorty. You want to go out with me. I ain't trying to go out with you. And she thought, well, I'll just give him the Foxy Brown. I'll just give him some sex because my sex is the best ever and he'll take me out. Like, I'm not doing that. Them dudes in the bottom 20 will do that all day long. I'm not going to do that. So the way I'm treating her is the way she was treating all those dudes in her friend zone and all those dudes, those regular dudes, those dudes in her range. She was treating them the way I was treating her in the sense that, you know, she would get free attention from them, but she wouldn't give them any sex. And I would get sex from her, but she couldn't get any attention. The game is cold, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it is. The game is cold. That's how it's played. Like, come on, baby. You want to be seen with me? You're going to have to lose about 80 pounds. Like, she was overweight, like flirting with obesity because she was short. You got a lot of weight to lose, but like I say, it's a slow Tuesday. Come over here and do whatever. And it was never, I didn't do anything with her, bro. It was just me doing what I needed to do to finish, and that was it. I didn't care about her, which is normally when I get involved with somebody, I want them to enjoy it as much as I do. But with her, nah, because I didn't find her attractive. And I had to be drunk. Whenever she came over, I had to be drinking just to even want to do something with her. So, ladies, this is how the game is. If you messing with a dude, a top tier dude, he will have sex with you. He will take that Foxy Brown all day long. He won't. Don't worry about that. He'll do it. He'll have sex with you. But he's not taking you anywhere. He's not claiming you, so to speak. You're not going to meet his people. If he sees you in the club, he going to act like he don't know you. That's part of it. You ain't going to be able to run up on him in the club somewhere. He'll be like, back up, shorty. What you doing? Stop. And a lot of women can't handle that. They don't get it. It's like, well, he had sex with me, therefore, that's the kind of guy I rate for, right? I rate for that kind of dude. That's what they call the alpha widow kind of thing. Because I'm smashing this dude who's a top tier man, that means that I only deal with top tier men. And that is a problem. And I think that's what's going on today with these people, especially these women who are lonely, but they're lonely by choice because they're holding out for the hero. They're holding out for the knight in shining armor. And it's like, baby, you just don't qualify for that guy. That guy has options. He is not going to claim you like that. Now, are there some girls out there who are big and they got themselves a top tier dude? Of course. Of course, there's exceptions to every rule, but you're not going to get there. And that's not normal. That's not something like, you know what I mean? That's not something that happens every day. We got Brother Pitt in the building. What's good? Yes, please like the video. Dr. B in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling? And Brother Penny was like, man, that dude gave her the 5-stroke special and dipped. Exactly. People are like, oh, that's not fair. Well, I mean, the same thing happens on the other side. You got, 8, 9s, and 10s running the pockets of these guys that are like 5, 6s, and 7s or whatever, just running their pockets, man. Got them buying them stuff, taking them places, giving them experiences, giving them attention, babysitting their kids, babysitting their animals for free. These dudes are losing money and losing time chasing a woman. And it sucks. And it's horrible to watch. Just like it's horrible to watch them fat, ugly girls, being used as sex toys, basically, by these top tier men. But that's how the game is played. And women can get a dude. And that's the tragedy with the women that are out here lonely. They're lonely by choice. There are plenty of men out there that would love to be with that woman, to marry that woman. They will, do anything and everything for that woman. But she don't want that dude. Like, he's beneath me. Like, nah, baby, he is actually above you. You're a 4. He's a 6. He's actually two spots above you. He's a spot above average. You're a spot below average. But he's not good enough for you. You got to have a 9 or 10. I guess you're going to be alone then, Dr. B. I could go in on this topic, but I'll be quiet. One of these days we're gonna let you turn loose, like rip loose on here, bro. But it's women do it, man. They do it. Sister Michelle's in the building. What's good? What's good? Right. And I could be wrong on this, but it's my belief that any woman that's out there that's single, she's single by choice. Most men, right, the bottom 80 dudes especially, would love to be with a woman. And bro, if she is anywhere near 5, anywhere near average, he would love to be with her. Above that, of course, is great, but shoot, bro, he'll take it down to a 3 or a 2. These dudes out here just want companionship. They want a woman, right? It's sexual access that they're getting, kind of, because they still got to go through a lot because these women don't respect these dudes, so they can't really get 100% from the women. And these women are out here like, oh, I'll just be by myself and be miserable, and that sucks. That sucks when there's a dude out there who was just perfect for them, perfect for them. And Brother Penny was like, nice guys get pulled in the friend zone, unattractive women get pulled into the sex zone. Facts. Now here's the thing: when you run a top tier game, I will put beautiful women in the friend zone. Michael Certain talks about that. We're going to do a show on that, talking about, having beautiful female friends only, like women you won't even try to smash. That's some advanced stuff, but it works. It works. We're going to talk about that next week for sure. But yeah, the top tier dudes, they always got a reserve list, man. You got your starting 5, 6, 7, how many you got in your rotation? You got your starters, and then you got that reserve list, right? That reserve list for I couldn't get anything else. Let me go ahead and text so-and-so. Because remember, we didn't have social media and texting and all that back in the day. We barely had cell phones. So it was always the booty call. You get to the crib, just call them. I used to have this one chick. I would knock on her window as I was walking up to my apartment. She lived on the first floor in the little stack over here, and my stack was in front, and I lived on the second floor. It's like a two story thing. I would knock on her window and just go up to my place, leave my door unlocked, take a shower. By the time I'm out the shower, she's in my bed waiting on me. Now, she wasn't fat. She had a birth defect. There was something wrong with her hand, but she was a cutie. Her roommate was Big Bertha. Her roommate was Big Bertha. And, Big Bertha was getting it. She was getting it. Dr. B, dual mating strategy with opposite goals. Facts. And women need to understand that. Especially the women who finished college and got nice careers and they have all this money. You have women out there who are like, yep, I'm older. I got all this money. I'm making, $150,000, $200,000 a year. Therefore, I qualify for a guy who makes as much as I do. I'm sorry, love. Dudes don't care about how much money you make. The top tier guys don't care at all. Maybe some of the other dudes care. The top tier dudes don't care. And because you make $100,000, that does not mean you qualify for them. And again, you might make the reserve list. You might do it. Dr. B was like, I think alpha widow women have a very high apex fallacy. And they do. They do, because they've been smashed by these dudes and they just believe it. That's what I qualify for. And every top tier dude they go after probably smashes them or does something sexually with them. And it just feeds into that fallacy, bro. So you're absolutely right. Sister Michelle, like, I gotta say, turning down the millionaire who was low effort after I lost weight and got a boyfriend was a pretty awesome feeling. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Sister Michelle is different. Like, she has open relationship and does her thing. Like, we've interviewed her and it's like a great interview. We're gonna work on another one. But like Sister Michelle, even when you had to wait on, you were still pulling dudes, right? And that's the thing I really wanted to point out. Women today are lonely by choice. They don't have to be lonely. There are dudes out there that want to holler at them, but they're stuck on, I have to have a certain type of guy. And they don't understand that guy may or may not want her. Like, he'll want to smash, but then that's it. And women just have a hard time accepting that. And like the people like, you do not want me to barbecue cook. Like, bro, it might happen one of these days, man. Brother Jack, man, what you doing, man? You should be studying. Like, I saw Citation Land and launch. What a beautiful plane. Really getting into and enjoying this. Glad to see you back on schedule. Yeah, we're back on schedule now. Brother Jack, what type of citation was it? I ain't talked to you about citations already. The prettiest citation I've ever seen is a Citation 10. That's the 750. The 650s look nice. The 500s, they look okay. But that Citation 10, and I don't know what Citation is making these days, but Citation 10 was the plane, man. If money were no object, if I had a private jet, something regional, I would have a Citation 10. You can't do international travel. I don't think it has the range to get across the ocean, but you can hit, all of North America with that thing, with I think they can go from coast to coast. Citation 10. I think a citation 10 can go from Teterboro to Van Nuys nonstop. I think I got to check the range on that, but that's a sweet looking airplane. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. So what type of citation did you see? Did you know? If not, find out and let me know. Brother Pablo's in the building. What's good? But are women lonely when there is social media? Yeah, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. Social media is cool. You're sitting there texting and, you're getting likes and you're getting that validation. It seems, you're getting that attention a little bit. But bro, social media can't replace the warm feeling you get when you lean on your significant other. It can't replace the anticipation of your boyfriend or your girlfriend walking through the door. It doesn't replace that. Like you wake up in the morning and there's a surprise for you. Social media can't replace that. Right. I mean, so these women, they get social media, they get down, they jump on Instagram or whatever platform and they get some validation real quick. And it's like, okay, I got a little bit of validation, but it's no substitute for holding hands with the person that you really care about walking down the street. Because it's definitely no substitute for great sex. And even beyond that, just companionship, bro. Just sitting down and watching your favorite TV show. I mean, just having those conversations and that intimacy, even overrides the sex. But it is what it is. And that is the problem. Brother Chris Smokey had in the building. Was good, fam. A woman who is 5'2", 190 pounds, 42% body fat will rate herself as a 10. As a fact, that same woman would expect the guy who is 6'5", ripped and shredded to be attracted to her and her alone. A woman's ego is epic, man. And where'd that ego come from? That ego came from all these bottom 80 dudes trying to get attention from this woman. I mean, bro, she's 5'2", 190 pounds, and you talking to her? All right, man. And she's like putting you off. But that's where it comes from, man. It's all that validation, all those dudes in her DMs, all those guys that she meet in her life that's trying to get at her, that she doesn't even want to deal with, but she's still getting that validation. I'm pretty sure that she's getting gifts on Valentine's Day from everybody, and her birthday, everyone's giving her attention and all that. She might be trying to, bang the stud, which he might do. I know a guy that like a 6'3", 6'4", in shape, handsome fella doing this thing. And we were working with these different groups of people. And after the project was over, well after the project was over, he was like, "Hey, you remember so-and-so?" So just said his girl name, like, yeah, little shorty. He was like, "Yeah, I smashed." I'm like, "Did you?" Short, like she's almost exactly what you described here, bro. Like 5'2", 190. She's probably like 5. She was probably like 5'4", 5'3", 5'4". She's probably 160 pounds. Like plump, but she was fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, "What? You did what?" He's like, "Yeah, man. She just had to get it to me. So I just decided to go. I went ahead and let her get it one night." I'm like, "Oh, I ain't mad at you." Did he ever take her anywhere? No. Did he ever claim her? No. Right? Did he even take her to like McDonald's? No, not getting out the car. Right? He didn't have her on his arm or nothing. So, but she was happy. She got what she wanted. Right. And that's why most of them are lonely. Yeah. That's where we are right now. That's one of the shifts. And that's where, that's how we got where we are right now as far as, technology and social media. Is really bad. It's really bad. Even Sister Michelle, she's talking about weight. She's like, "Oh yeah, weight doesn't hold them back as far as options at all." Yeah. I mean, dudes will smash whatever. And then, like I said, the lower tier guys, they'll have a relationship with whoever. And then if a woman has game, she could be a bigger girl, but she has game. She could probably, game her way into some stuff. And, there's levels to this thing, y'all. But that woman ain't going to be lonely. You know what I mean? Say it was a 650. Yeah. Citation 650 is cool. The 750s, the 10s, the 750s are a little bit better. The 650s kind of look like the Citation 10. But yeah, the 750s are better. Yeah, go ahead, take a shot, take care of business, man. Brother Jack is learning how to be an air traffic controller, man. I'm sure you got some sort of big test or something tomorrow, unless you had it today. So I appreciate all the texts, all the comments, guys. I'm not going to be able to read them all, of course. I'll read all super chats, of course, but I'm going to show every comment. Just so you know, Sister Michelle, like there's a super direct correlation to the weight and the attention level I was getting. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The 680A citation, 680A. I don't think I've seen that. That 680A must be on newer citation. I don't think I've seen that one. I am familiar with the 650, the 750, of course. Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. So let's get back to the video.
When I was younger and I didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I'd be like, it's because I'm fat. I used to weigh like 320 pounds. I lost 160 pounds. It's not like I'm being hit up every day, every week, even every month with like people in my DMs or like messaging me on Snapchat trying to get with me. It's like no one hits me up. It's not even like I'm being selective with who I'm picking and like turning people away. It's just like people aren't coming up to me and I don't understand. Not like I have an issue with people like wanting to hook up with me, but if it tries to go a step further, they're like, absolutely not, no. I don't want to just like hook up with random people that I don't know. So I'll tell people that I don't want to hook up with them until I know them. And then they're like, well, you're a prude. I'm like, I literally can't win. Where it's like,
you hear what she's saying, and it's a lot of double talk. She's kind of telling on herself, I don't get attention. No one hits me up. It's not like I'm being picky. But then you goes into the people who are hitting you up and you are being picky. It's like, well, I'm not having sex with these dudes. I'm not just hooking up. But it's like, you're not hooking up anymore. We already told us that you were smashing these dudes. And then you're dealing with a guy again. If you're not being picky, then how is it the only dudes you're talking to the guys that just want to smash and pass you along? They want to pump and dump you. You're not talking to the dudes at your level. She's not being honest there. Like, you are being picky. Maybe she just doesn't realize it. She is being picky. And then you get with a guy who's well above your level and you're like, well, I just don't want to just have sex. I want you to get to know me. I'm not going to give it up to you like I gave it up to everybody else. I want you to take me out. And them dudes like, I ain't taking you out. Baby, you ain't there yet. You got to shed another 100 pounds. I ain't taking you out. And then they move on. It's like, I can't win. I just can't win. And it's crushing her. She needs, if I were talking to this young woman in real life, if I knew her, I would say, baby, what I would suggest is, get into the gym, continue to work on your diet, like drop maybe another 25, 50 pounds, work on your personality, and don't talk to the top tier guys. Don't try to get on with the top tier guys. Try to get on with the guys at your level, babe. Like, try to get on with the dudes, the sixes, the fives, the fours. Try to talk to them. Those dudes will be happy to sit there and wait until you're ready to smash them. They'll be happy to sit there and take you out and show you off to their friends and family. They'll do that. But she wants the top tier guy.
Like, hitting me so hard this time is the fact that she had the audacity to ask by choice. And I just sit there and I'm like, no, it's not by choice. When I was younger, I was like, oh, it's because I'm fat. Oh, it's because I'm fat. Once I lose weight, I'll have no problem. And now that I'm like not fat, I'm just like, what is it? What is the reason? So now I'm going to finish my energy drink and hit the gym until I can't feel my emotions anymore. Maybe that's the reason.
The reason is she's just not as attractive as she really thinks. It kind of goes back to what we were just saying. Like, a lot of these women, like our brother Chris Smokey Hat was saying, a lot of these women who think they're 10s when they're really like 3s. Right? I mean, it is what it is. I lost my place in the chats. I know someone was asking about air traffic control. Oh, it's _ninja. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? So you want to become an air traffic controller. So first, what I would do is I would watch the video on this platform about how to become an air traffic controller. I think it's episode like 255 or something like that. I have multiple videos on how to be an air traffic controller, but the one you really want to watch, the one that's very detailed, talks about how to use USA jobs and all that kind of stuff, what to expect. I think it's like episode 255 or something like that. Watch that first. Once you watch that, hit me up on Instagram. I really want to know podcast, all one word. Hit me up on Instagram and we'll talk, man. I'll help you out. I'll help you get there. You have to be under age 31 or under at the time the FAA offers you the position. If you're over 31, then you don't qualify. That's an automatic disqualification. But other than that, bro, U.S. citizen, high school diploma, and just the rest is just filling out the paperwork, paid training. You'll be out there where Brother Jack Black is right now in Oklahoma. If you make it through all that, then you're off and running in your career, man. So yeah, just hit me up. Watch that video. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll help you as much as I can, bro. That video is very, very comprehensive. So, it tells you exactly how to do it. Based Oracles in the building. Like, they don't know what that means though. What up, Bass? Good to see you, bro. I saw you were on today, man. You cooking over there, bro. You doing good. Almost 1,000 subscribers, bro. Like, just think, if you don't, if you stop kicking people off your platform, you probably have like more subscribers than me. Bass don't play over there, man. You mess around over here on his platform, bro, he's gonna get you. But this poor woman, she's like frustrated, but she's in the gym. She's working on that. And it's not just going to the gym. All she has to really do is work on her diet. Just control her diet. She'll do better. She's in the gym. She's like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, you got to stop going after those top tier guys. Right? They're just going to smash you. And as you lose weight, your confidence goes up. You're like, I'm feeling better. You're still, you can't change your natural beauty. These guys just want to bend you over and have their way. And women are the gatekeepers of sex. So if women are just giving it up to these dudes, and it's like, well, he doesn't give me a commitment. It's like, well, stop doing that. Find a guy who's going to commit to you. Find a guy who just doesn't want to bend you over. Find a guy who wants to hold your hand. Find a guy who wants to kiss you in public, right? Find that dude that loves it when you call and text, all the time. And he's calling and texting you all the time. That's what she should do. That's what she should do. You good to go, Brother Ninja? Yep. Watch that video, man. On this platform, go back into the archives. I think it's episode 255, somewhere in there, 250, 255, how to be in air traffic controllers. Me and my brother, Jay Swans, walking you through it. We have examples and stuff on the screen, showing you how to apply, showing you what to look for. And get on that ASAP, bro. They're going to do the next, they should be doing the next bid, which is the hire, first quarter or second quarter of 2025. I think it's going to be the first quarter of 2025. So make sure you watch the video, get your stuff ready. There's a lot of paperwork you got to get prepared and all that. You have to set up a lot of stuff on that platform, usajobs.gov. Make sure you do all that, Brother Ninja, and we'll get you a shot. Yeah, and Sister Michelle, like, yeah, she could get someone like her, but not with that attitude. She's gonna have to definitely clean up her attitude a lot. But all that comes, it takes a lot of work, and I think that's another thing too. Women ain't really trying to do the work like that, bro. They're like, I'm already perfect. Well, I shouldn't have to work on nothing, right? So that's always a problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bass. You be just Bass be chopping people off his platform like a samurai, bro. But you know what? It's a lot of weirdos over there. So Bass does a good job. His supporters are loyal though, man. Like, Bass got a really good following, man. Like I rock with Bass Oracle, y'all. I'll rock with Bass Oracle. Next time I come onto his platform, I'm gonna have to put on one of my Fresh and Fit shirts and see what happens. Inside joke, Bass knows what I'm talking about. Let's continue.
So I've been seeing this guy for about 3 months now, and although we spend a lot of time together, we both decided that we don't want a relationship or anything too serious. So recently, one night after he drank a little bit, he might have slipped up and told me that he loved me.
What were y'all doing when he told you he loved you?
Mash.
Well, we might have been in the process of getting into something.
Every man in this room has said that at a particular time.
Right?
It doesn't mean that we love you. What it means is we love what's happening right now. And since it's happening with you, then hell, you it. Ask him one day. Just say, can I ask you a question? This is just hypothetical. How would it make you feel if you never saw me again?
You look at someone like Steve Harvey, and Dr. B is right. Whatever Steve Harvey says, man, take that with a grain of salt. Steve Harvey he's on something else. But to old girl, the young girl's point, I'm with this guy. We're not too committed. We're just smashing. Basically, we're doing our thing. And, once we were, she was probably pleasuring him with her mouth. And he looks down and like, oh, I love you, because she's doing all this kind of stuff, right? The question becomes, who wants to keep it loose like that? Which one of them wants to no strings attached? Is it her? Is she the one that doesn't want to commit to the guy? Or is it the guy who has more options? Right. And we won't know unless we'll sit down, talk to her and find out what the deal is. But more than likely, it's a really good chance that it's the guy. It's the top tier dude. She got a hold of a top tier dude. He's doing his thing. And she's like, well, let me fool myself into believing I don't want to be in a relationship with this guy. Now, it could be the other way around. You know, he could have just enough game to get at her. And she's like, well, he's good enough for now. And she wants to keep it open so she can, you know, keep her options open. And she's, you know, trying to get to the top tier guy because she's still young. It could be either or, because she's in that zone where she's at her prime. Like she has tons of options right now. Fast forward, now she's in her mid to late 30s. It would absolutely be the guy saying, I want to keep it open. I'm not trying to settle down with you, because he's just now getting into his prime. So you definitely got that going on. And Base, you're right though, man. I would absolutely say that you can lay this responsibility at the feet of the men. But here's the thing. Women choose who gets sex, and the guys that they want are the better men, top tier guys. So I got to put the choice to mess with a dude who is top tier dude with options, or a player, or a guy with real game, the F boys. If you choose those dudes, you choose the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the bad dudes. If you choose those dudes, ladies, then, you know, that's on you. And if you're consistently going after top tier guys and you know these guys aren't committing to you, then at some point you got to stop. So based, yes, I would say it's on men. In general, I believe men should be better leaders, but I also believe in the game, and the game is cold, right? The game is cold. So these dudes want to smash, and these women throwing it at them. I'm not mad at the dudes for, you know, going ahead and taking them up on that. You know what I mean? So men improving themselves, leading better, necessarily leads to better women, i.e. ego. It could, but you're right. We would need the bottom 80 guys to become more proficient, become the best versions of themselves. And if we had the majority of men who possess those qualities that women seek, this whole thing changes tomorrow. And that's where I agree with you on that, Base. But these guys, they don't have any confidence. They're not out here doing the work. You know, I'm not mad at the women for wanting the best men that they can get. Women don't want to get some guys. You got to tell this guy what to do and all this. The average woman don't want to do that. She wants a guy that can at least take care of him and be, you know, on his path to success. At least that. You don't want to be the mom and the girlfriend, do you? I mean, there are women out there who do that. They baby the guy and whatever. And those guys tend to be like really big physical specimens, tall dudes, maybe not that bright, but you know, they got the jawline and all that. But I'm with you, Base. I think men need to get their shit together. If men get their shit together, then more women will find the majority of men attractive, and this whole thing changes. And, you know, when guys are like, I don't want a woman who's trashy. I don't want a woman who's slutty. I don't want a woman that I know done smashed all my dudes. When that happens, then I think women will be more conservative and at least keep it in the closet. If dudes are out here like, well, I don't want a woman who has a massive social media footprint, that becomes a thing, then women will back away from it. At least take their pictures off their social media. They'll stop thirst trapping. I think that would happen. Hey, Base, I'm gonna have to come over there, man. We need to have this conversation on your platform, bro. I'm busy tonight, but maybe tomorrow or Saturday, bro. I'm gonna try to catch you on one of your random shows, man. I would love to have that conversation with you. But it is hard to find, like, good women are out there, but I was telling some of the young brothers that I was talking to a few weeks ago on the Fresh and Fit boat trip, as a matter of fact. We were on the boat having this conversation. One of the guys was like, oh, there are no good women. I'm like, there's no good women on this boat right now. Like, I would give you that. Like, there's no woman on here that I would say, hey, man, see that woman over there, go talk to her and try to start a family with that woman. Nah, these women were all a certain type of thing or whatever. But there are good women out there. And I would argue that it's best to identify these women when they're young, you know, i.e. when they're in college, before they get too crazy. Get them in a relationship and marry these women quick. You notice, like, the women who do get married, those tend to be the good girls. You hardly ever see them out. They don't have social media presences like that. They're not in the club, on the boats, in the yacht, like on the mansion parties. You know, they're not doing that. They're not taking pictures on someone's private citation, like Brother Jack was just talking about. We're talking about just regular women. Those women who come from good homes with good values and a family structure that cares about them. Those women tend to meet men early and get married early. Like certainly by the time they get out of college, they're like getting married because they want to. And they continue to get their degrees. They get their degree, they do what they're doing, but they raise their family, they have their man, and they do their thing. So there are good women out there. They're taken. Right? They're just taken. Like it is what it is. Let's see, Ninja is talking about to start work, Saint. God bless you, and I'll DM you as soon as I can. Yeah, watch that video, then DM me, and we'll talk, man. God bless you as well. Allah bless you, the great oak, and all of whatever you pray to, whatever you believe. May that entity bless you, man. Have a good day, man. Productive day, bro. Do something good today, brother. Young brother Ninja, man. Do something good. Take that step today to become a better version of yourself, man. And by going to work, that's really good, man. Because a lot of people are unemployed right now, man. Y'all seen the revised job numbers, bro? The revisions came out, man. They were saying that, jobs are like really up there, but the revisions came out, man, and it was like really bad. I'm gonna do a show on that, bro. Probably Monday. The downward revision this time was like the biggest downward revision in like 30 years or something like that, going back a long way. Balance is key, brother. You're right about that. I know Jay Swans, man. I don't know why. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, man. Hey, man, I'm doing my podcast, bro. How come you ain't in the chat?
Oh, shit. What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about women are lonely, too. You on the podcast right now, by the way, man. Everybody listening to
you.
you.
I'm on the podcast right now, so they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you, bro. So
I gotta act right. I feel you.
What's your question? You don't never act right, man. Just, when you get home, jump on the podcast. I don't have to go get the little one until 7. She got band practice today, so I ain't got to leave until.
Yo, how many veterans you got in your group?
Quite a few. I would say probably a third.
Hey, well, I just met with this veteran today, man. We got to talk about that veterans party thing.
Oh, you talking about here in Tampa? I probably got like maybe 10 or 15 out of 60. I think 10 or 15 are vets.
Yo, this cat, he basically went out and called, a bunch of other vets. And we were talking about it, and they're like, "That's a great idea." They want to know how to get started and how can we work on it.
Let's make that happen. Are they down here in Tampa?
Nah, these dudes are up in Tavares, Leesburg, that area.
All right. Well, let's talk about it, bro. I'm down. I'm down to help out. So I gotta get back to the show.
Yo. So wait. You talking about women like white dudes can't get women? What's this about?
See, y'all, this is why you can't have your best friend, your brother from 30 years, come on your show, man, because he gonna fuck it up. He gonna fuck it up. Every time, man. He know what I'm saying? Man, I'm gonna holler at you later, bro.
Look, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to give you some advice.
Man, whatever, bro.
From a real OG.
I'm gonna holler at you. Hey, before I let you go, real quick, our friend, our brother that we sent out to Oklahoma City, he's about to finish his first week, man. He just sent me a text. He's doing really good. He knows what a citation is now. Imagine that.
That's outstanding, man. That's all love, man. Good stuff.
That's good stuff. So, all right, man, I'm gonna holler at you later.
Yo, I'm gonna get that midget porn to you too, bro. I'm gonna get them little people to you.
Please hurry up, man. Please hurry up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want that one that they was doing Little Red Riding Hood one. I want that one when they had the big black man was the big black wolf, and
That's nice.
Great.
I got you.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you. This is why you cannot have your friends on your podcast. This man don't make any damn sense. And we were joking about the little people porn, unless y'all got some. Shout out to Jay Swans, Don DeMarco to that man.
Don DeMarco.
So yeah, man. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to bash women. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to bash the bottom 80 guys neither. I just want to point out that the reason a lot of these women are lonely is because they choose to be. And the reason a lot of these men are lonely is because they don't possess the skills that makes them attractive to the vast majority of women. So these lonely women don't want to rock with these guys. And it's sad, man. It's sad. And Bay says he's happy to do a collab. Yeah, bro. Let's make that happen, man. I mean, I ain't big or nothing like that. You collabing with the biggest people on all these platforms. But yeah, man, don't worry about this is when two former paratroopers hang out and talk, man, it's always going to be a crazy conversation, man. But that part right there about, that particular young woman, she was lonely, it's just crazy, bro. She doesn't even have to be lonely. So there's another video that I want to cover. Chris Williamson Shout out to him. Check out his platform. He was talking to Blaine Anderson. Blaine Anderson allegedly is a female dating coach for men. For men. So I've never heard of her. A lot of dudes are like, don't talk to female dating coaches. Like, why would you ask a fish how to fish? You know what I mean? Why not ask a fisherman how to catch fish? Why would you ask one of the fish? But I was watching a little bit of this, and I thought we'll talk about this as well. I'm a big fan of Brother Chris here, so make sure you guys go out and support his platform. But we can see that people are having trouble on both sides, men and women, and it's so bad that they're seeking help and they're spending tons of money. Look at what's going on in the red pill world. Look what's going on in the manosphere. With the books and the coaching and everything. And look what's going on the female side. Women are starting to pay to meet men, which is crazy. That I've never seen that before. Women are starting to pay. Guys aren't out there being simpletons anymore. Guys aren't taking women out on these elaborate dinners. Guys are going out to lounges and just hanging out and talking business and networking as opposed to chasing women. Although some are, and the women are sitting back like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, damn, baby, you said you wanted to be equal. You said you're getting tired of being, approached. Like when I approach you, you give me attitude, right? My buddy Ty Barnett, just made a comment to a woman who was wearing some shoes. There's a brand of shoes that he was wearing. He's like, oh, those are real comfortable, obscure shoes. He just complimented her on the shoes, and the lady turned around and, was like all weird. Like, oh, what are you talking? What are you doing? He was like, what the hell? When's the last time you tried to hold the door before a woman and then they give you attitude one way or the other? Like, and I know it's not all women. I understand. I know it's not all women, right? I know it's not. But it's enough women that are making men back away. Men are like, you know what? I ain't dealing with this shit. Because men are problem solvers. And it's like, you know what? I ain't dealing with it. And they'll come up with different ways to handle their issue. If they're trying to get sexual access and they can't get it here in America, well, guess what? They'll get on the plane and get it somewhere else. They'll grab their passport, hence the passport bros. Right? Or some guys are like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with a woman. I went through the divorce court. I got wrecked. I'm not doing it again. I'm just going to go my own way. So you got that going on. And all the young dudes are listening and watching. This technology brings everybody together. And they're like, well, I don't know if I want to mess with these young girls. I think I'm just going to focus on me. Right. And then and who are getting all of the women? The top tier guys. All of the women all the women are gunning for the same top tier dudes, and the top tier dudes, they ain't got to put in no work. They just got to sit back and let the women come to them. So this whole thing is crazy. So let's check out what brother Chris Williamson has to say with this female dating coach.
You do.
I am a dating coach for men. So I help men build confidence, learn to authentically market themselves, create chemistry, flirt, and generally attract quality women they're excited about.
How many times a day do you hear the sentence, why would I ask a fish about how to fish?
I tend to avoid my comment section on Instagram, so not very many.
You know what I mean? There is a sort of a big trope on the internet of men saying women can't teach men about how to pick up women.
Yeah. And what I would say to that is that's like saying a woman can't give good advice. I'm not saying I'm the only one qualified to give this advice, but me not having a Y chromosome doesn't disqualify me from being able to describe what women want. In fact, some might argue, including myself, it makes me more equipped to speak to that.
I don't agree. I do agree that she can give good advice. I believe that she can give excellent advice, especially if she is open and giving 100% truth. If she's saying, yeah, man, like a lot of these women, they're not even worth the pursuit. Like if she's keeping it 100, I think she could give advice. I would take advice from an exotic dancer or a sex worker before I would take it from this girl right here. And the thing is, why is she so successful as a female dating coach? Because she's cute and these guys want to talk to women. That's why. And if she's charging $200 an hour, right, I bet you she stays booked for weeks on end. Especially if she's doing, and I know she's doing video calls, she's FaceTiming. And if she does events where she actually shows up, her and her husband, I'm pretty sure she's married, right? I'm pretty sure that the guys will still show up just because she's going to talk to them. These guys are starved for attention. They just want an opportunity to talk to a woman. Now, some of the advice that she's going to give, I listened to a little bit of this before the show. It's common sense. It's the stuff that I talk about, right? It's the very stuff that I talk about. Now, but like what she just said right there, that last little bit, like, nah, I don't agree with that. She's very young, so it's like, well, how much experience does she have? And again, I doubt if she is out here actually really telling these men about female nature. I just don't see it. I doubt if she's telling these men like, yo, more than likely, until you become a higher status dude, your woman's probably, if you got a girl, she's probably cheating on you. I doubt if she does that. I doubt it. She might. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard for women to do this. But again, if she's keeping it 100, you might be able to glean some good information. You just take the good, leave the bad. But she's very young, and I doubt if she has a lot of experience. The guys who are probably messing with her, like, the guys who subscribe to her, who her clients, are her clients because she's cute. Like, she's $1,000+ an hour. Coaches are crazy. Are you serious, sis? She's $1,000+ an hour. Holy moly. Oh my good. I ain't even got a button for that. I got to get some new buttons. Holy moly. If you pay $1,000 an hour for coaching,
You big dummy.
pay me. Like, pay me, bro. I'll do it for $500 an hour, bro. Man, she robbing them dudes. Hey, man, if they want to pay it, hey, man, I ain't gonna knock her game. God damn. $1,000 an hour. I ain't gonna knock her game, but that's why they're paying it. She's cute. She's cute, and she's telling them what they want to hear. And, well, just do this and do that and blah, 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 and you'll be fine. Let's try an exercise for $1,000. Ooh, man, I need to be on her squad for real. What's up, Shawty? What's up, Shawty? You need somebody on the team. Like I said, I could do it for $500. And man, that is crazy. Let's continue.
Also, to be honest, the type of guy who says that isn't the type of guy I work with. That's not the type of guy who comes to me for my advice.
Right.
And that's okay with me.
It's probably somebody who generally isn't that open to looking to change themselves in any case.
Yeah. And they're usually, generalizing here, more inclined to blame women for their problems or think the system is rigged and that women have it easy. And really,
women do have it easy. The system is difficult for men. Women have it easy in this game, reference men. They really do. And that's I'm not going to say that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's just how the game is played, right? You get 4 downs in football. It would be really nice if my football team got 8 downs, right? But you know what? And the opposite team only got 2 downs. That would be great. But that's not how the game is played, is it? So women do have it easier. Women are just now getting to the point where the bottom 80 guys are walking away from the game. They're just giving up. They're not working. They're not working on themselves. They're not trying to do better. They've just given up. And they're just going off doing weirdo stuff. They're trolling and everything else. So at $1,000 an hour, Jesus, wow, $1,000 an hour. That is crazy. Yeah, she in their pockets big time. It's just another way for these dudes to get some sort of attention from a beautiful woman. And if they got the bread, they're just paying it. At those rates, you got to be CEO level type dude. So, I mean, it shows that even the guys with money still don't know how to get on with women because they've been so focused making the money. And they look up one day and they're trying to deal in this game and they have no idea what's going on. So they're going to turn around and, because if they're paying her $1,000 an hour for advice, that means they've been paying tens of thousands of dollars just romancing the stone. You feel me? Just out here trying to, wine and dine women or whatever. So, and again, I ain't hating it at all. You know what I mean? It tain't pocket science. Coscar, you crazy. You know what I mean? A life coach once quoted me $2,500 a month. That included 2 one-on-one calls per month. Man, that's crazy. I need to be a life coach then. That man, like I say, I don't charge that much, y'all. So if y'all looking for some help, my rates are way cheaper. I'm $100 an hour, and I do packages that really make sense. And we actually go out into the real world. Like we'll meet in a city, and I'll take you out, be right there while you interacting with people, encouraging you and giving you spot corrections. I'm doing that, and I'm way $1,000 an hour. Damn. I'm jealous. You go, girl. I'm gonna get her Don DeMarco. She getting that kind of bread, man. Don DeMarco to you, shorty.
Don DeMarco.
Really, when I hear a guy say women have it so much easier, that tells me that they really just don't have empathy for women. I'm not saying men have it harder or easier. Both are struggling.
Yeah. But also, I suppose if you're a guy who just from ground floor doesn't have any empathy for women, it probably is not fantastic for your dating prospects long term.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't be the right person to help them work through that.
I mean, and there are a lot of dudes out there who they got problems, man. They get to the point where they hate the game, they hate the process, and like you know what I'm saying, and they hate the players. Like, don't hate the players, man. Hate the game. You can't be mad at all women because you got shortcomings you refuse to work on. And that's one of the things. Dudes don't realize how easy it is once you do the work. Like once you lay the foundation, you can talk to women, bro. It's not that hard. You can get women to come home with you. It's not that hard. You just have to do the work. And it blows my mind. I love it when guys realize how easy it can be. When guys come out with me and, I'm gonna say, hey, who you want to talk to, bro? Like we're like in a lounge or we're a club or something like that. Like who you want to talk to? And like, oh man, you see that girl over there in the red dress and her friends? Like, okay, no problem. I'll be right back. So I'll make the guys get a bottle. Now I know a lot of people like, well, damn, Saint, you make them get a bottle, man. That's like $2,400. Like only in big cities. Like we're in Tampa, you can get you a bottle for like $200, right? So we'll get a little table, whatever. You're like, I don't want to talk to the girl. Okay, no problem. I'll go get that whole group of girls and bring them over. Bring them over to the section, right? Like, just come on over. Like, hey, introduce, and the guy freezes up. I'll put the girl in the red right next to him. The very woman he wanted to talk to was sitting right next to him. And I'm entertaining the other 3 or 4 girls or whatever, pouring the drinks, because men, if you got a bottle in the section, you hold the bottle. Do not let the girls pour the drinks. You hold the bottle. You control the bottle. Don't let the other women control the bottle. Otherwise, that bottle will be gone. So, give them a little drink so they can do a couple shots, make their little drink. And the guy's sitting there and chatting up all the women, and everyone's having fun and laughing and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, the ladies, now it's time for them to go. They've had their drink. Off they go to the next one. And then the guy, I'm like, all right, bro, I had her right next to you. You didn't say a word, and it's her fault, right? She's a 3 or 4. She's a bad bird. She's this, she's that. You didn't even say hi. You just over there sitting there trying to look cool. And I love to do that with these guys because the problem is you, homie. You have no social skills. You see how easy it was to bring these women over here? I walked over there and said hello, invited them to join us in the section. We have a bottle. We can't possibly drink it all. You guys like tequila? Hey, why don't you come over? Let me make you a drink. That's all I said. And they all came right over. And here you are sitting there. You feel me? So these guys get mad at their shortcomings and they displace that anger and they put it on the girls. And I'm like, that's wrong. So let's continue.
That.
A lot of effort to get one date. Bumble app makes women's first move easier. In the end, it was the data that killed me, says Penny about her decision to leave the dating app Bumble. If she opened the app, she might receive 100 likes, 25% of which she might be interested in. She would look at their profiles and write an individualized message. A few would respond, perhaps one would result in a date. That's a lot of effort to get one date, she says. It's exhausting. Bumble, billed as the feminist Tinder when it launched in 2014, this week announced it was taking action to relieve the administrative burden on its female users. It has given them the option of firing off a short pre-written question to potential dates rather than a carefully crafted missive after 70% of its female users said that they were becoming burned out. While it is not ditching the requirement for women to make the first move, its female users can now send a template question such as, what book or film changed the way you think, using the site's opening moves feature. What do you think about this?
So I'm supportive of it, but I don't find it surprising. This really maps to the dynamics, male-female approach dynamics that we see in person, which is that the responsibility is on the man to approach and start the conversation with a woman.
That's why it's harder.
It's not generally the woman who is the one needing to approach or start the conversation.
But they
But
do
what I would
sometimes.
say is this woman who says she was writing carefully crafted messages is in the minority. As someone who has looked at thousands of Bumble conversations, women generally send zero effort, one word responses like, hi. And then the onus would still fall on the man to then come up with a creative or interesting conversation and steer that towards a date. So I feel like previously, okay, women were starting the conversation, but in name only.
I think there's a good bit of pushback from guys about this, and I can understand why. That basically they now feel like, hang on, women, you said that you wanted an app that allowed you to make the first move, which is what we've had to do for all of human history. And then being given that preference, privilege, request, whatever it is that you wanted, you're now saying that, oh, it's too arduous, even though you can copy and paste a message, you can use keyboard shortcuts on iPhone to make it easier to do. And it's now been made even more easy so that there's pre-written template questions that you can just press a button to send to me, which means it is first move in name only.
Yeah.
And I think it probably feels, many guys that are dating will feel indignant, where it's like, this is what it's like for me all the time,
Yeah.
not just
every day, all day. And like that Bumble isn't gonna work. Online dating in general sucks, especially now. So and Dr. B's right. Like the women that send back hi or hey or a wavy emoji, and it just sucks, man. It just sucks. And yeah, brother Donnie's right, man. The fact that she's getting $1,000 an hour shows that it's easier. There's a privilege for women out there. But that's based solely on her looks. You know what I mean? If she were ugly and 200 pounds heavier, she would not have that many clients, and she certainly wouldn't be getting $1,000. But I ain't mad at her, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm glad she's getting the money. But online dating sucks. Like if I don't use online dating at all, I even did it just like a quick little experiment, and I got frustrated. But even in the early stages of the experiment I was doing, for every 20 messages I sent out, I would get like 1 or 2 replies. And then it's just a numbers game after that. And it was, lazy. I'm older, so the demographic that I'm in, women are a little bit more aggressive. If they see a dude, it's like, oh, like I'm in my 50s. So when they see my picture, they're like, yo, are you really, in your 50s? Like, yes, and we'll talk or whatever. So it's women do a little bit of the heavy lifting the older you get, but in that prime group, that 18 to 26 or whatever, 18 to 26, 28, man, them girls are only reaching out to the hottest dudes. And they're saying all kind of nasty stuff, bro. It's 100% physical. My buddy Rook did it. He set up an account on one of these dating apps just to show me. He was like, look, man, if I do an account, bro, I'll get 100 girls that want to do something, within the next couple hours. And sure enough, bam, he showed me all the messages. I'm like, damn, bro. And these women were fine. These women were top tier women. Rook's a top tier dude. And they were ready to get down. Like, no questions asked. They just trying to give it up. They trying to get their back blown out. And I mean, it's like, wow. It got to the point where he had to shut it down, man. It was just like hundreds of women. Now, for the average guy, nah, he ain't gonna see no shit like that. It's hard. And then you have to learn that online etiquette, and you got to know how to, text and all that stuff online. There's a way to that as well. It's all game. I don't delve into that. I'm an in-person kind of dude. So even if I meet you on social media, if I meet you on a dating app, my thing is, hey, let's go get drinks at this place on this date and time. And if they say no, that's fine, because I'm sending that message out to like 15 girls. And if they all show up, great. If only one shows up, great. They're like, man, you invited us all out? I'm like, come on, you know how y'all flake. Yeah, I invited y'all all out. And I can move and work the crowd. And really the best dating app today out there is Instagram. There's just no need to even pay for a dating app. Just get your Instagram together. Get your pictures right. I know Fresh and Figures always talk about DMs on demand. They talk about how to set up your Instagram. There's definitely a way to it. And they are successful. It is what it is. I've had tons of people reach out to me on Instagram, but they're always, scammers or whatever, trying to get whatever. I don't do it that way. since we started this podcast, I've had people reach out to me, but that's because of the business that we do here, and it makes sense. Like we do stuff. But man, look, for women, if they're on Instagram, there's tons and tons of dudes in their DMs daily. If their Instagram is public, there are tons and tons of dudes in there daily. And that's without even posting thirst traps. Those women who post thirst traps and those models and all that kind of stuff, they got guys hitting them up, liking, commenting. I mean, it's crazy. So why wouldn't you have an inflated sense of self-worth when all these dudes are hitting you up? This constant validation. Casual family in the building. What's good, man? Why wouldn't you have that? I would.
Just on this one app.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's just the reality of dating. The man is expected to be the pursuer.
Facts.
And you can either, not to say you were complaining about that, but complain about that, or you can learn how to approach and appropriately attract women. And you can trace that back to evolutionary biology. The man is, across most species, the male is the pursuer. Sperm are much more abundant than eggs. Eggs are the scarcer resource. Women become the chooser up front.
There's some interesting species where the reverse is the case. There's some birds, I think in some spiders, it's the same too. And the male is the choosier one, quite rightly, that the burden sort of switches, and men are the ones that get to choose, or the males are the ones that get to choose. But yeah, I think, guys being the protagonists and women being the gatekeepers or the receivers in whatever way, anybody that is like, people realize this. What are you hearing, or what is it that women say about their desire to initiate versus their desire to be pursued? What have you learned there?
Before she answers that, I don't know why Chris was talking about spiders, bro. I mean, like, yeah, the male get to choose, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the woman kills the male spider after they mate. So there's that. I could be wrong, but women are the gatekeepers of sex. And with birth control and all that kind of stuff and freezing your eggs, women are just all about the pleasure part of sex. So again, they're out here looking for these experiences and they're giving it up. They're just getting their backs blown out, giving up the Foxy Brown to a certain percentage of dudes. I argue it's the top 20. Others argue it's the top 10. Some say it's the top 5%. But the very best dudes, they don't have to work to get the Foxy Brown. They don't have to work. Right. And guys, you guys know, you might be new to this platform. Instead of saying box or whatever, the kitty cat, I'll call it Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown is like the woman, woman giving herself to you. That's the, what I'm saying, that thing. So the top tier dudes don't have to work to get the Foxy Brown. In fact, the top tier dudes are pushing women away. Like, I don't want to deal with you. And then these same women won't do that. They'll go down to a guy at their level. And it's like, well, I'm not having sex with you on the first date. I'm not having sex with you for the first 3 months. I need you to do this, 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 and this. And then maybe, just maybe, I might give you some starfish sex. And now guys are like, man, screw that. Because I saw your Instagram, you was on a boat party, with these dudes over here. And you over there bending it over, breaking it back. I know some of the dudes on the boat, they tell me, you smashed that guy. You don't even know his name. But you want me to wait 6 months? No.
So women want to be approached more and pursued more, at least for what I see in my personal experience, in my relationships with women and what I hear. And then I also conducted some informal survey data of 13,000 women in the US and the UK. 97% said they would rather meet their partner in person than online. And 95% said they wish they were approached more often by men in real life. 95% of anything is crazy. I'm not sure 95% of people would agree the sky is blue if you asked them. And women are saying in hordes, basically, like, hey, I want to meet a guy offline and like, I want guys to approach me. And, I hear guys saying, well, women are rude when I approach them, or it doesn't work out. And the reality is it's a numbers game. Like, there are some women who don't want to be approached. And there are even more women who already have a partner or aren't interested in men or don't like you for whatever reason that you can't control, but that is out of your control. If you learn to approach appropriately, you're not going to be pepper sprayed or arrested or have some terrible thing happen if you talk to a woman in real life.
Yeah,
which we talk about all the time over here, right? Learn how to break the ice, learn how to walk up and talk to a woman right? And there's stages to it. This is why I tell guys when they're first getting started, go talk to 5 women a day. Don't ask, just get their number. Correction. Just get their name. You don't want their number. You don't want their social media. Just walk up to them, break the ice, say hello, break the ice, have a quick little conversation, get their name and walk away. Like that should only take like a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes max, right? This is why we do that. You got to learn how to be social. You got to learn you got to recognize the woman who wants to be approached. She's saying 95% of women out there are saying that they want to be approached, right? Yeah, they want to be approached by the men that they find attractive. They don't want to be approached by just any old body, right? They don't want to be approached by the guy dropping fries at McDonald's or the guy working the guy working at 7-Eleven. They don't want to be approached by them dudes, right? They want to be approached by the guy driving the Mercedes or the Lamborghini or the guy pulling up in the Range Rover. They want to be approached by that guy, the tall guy who's in shape, you know what I'm saying, with the brand name stuff on. They want to be approached by him, right? So that doesn't mean that if you're in the bottom 80 that, there's no hope for you. That doesn't mean that at all. What you have to do is you have to learn how to be social, force yourself to be uncomfortable and get out there and figure it out. Learn how to break the ice, learn how to approach, learn how to place yourself in a position where you can even say something, break the ice, learn how to, maybe have some funny anecdotes or something like that. And just real quick. And how do you get there? You practice like anything else, man. You practice. So I agree with what she's saying right here. What she's saying makes complete sense to me. Yeah. You learn how to talk to women, period. Not get their number, not trying to get, pull up on them. And take your time, learn how to approach. You want to get to the point where talking to a beautiful woman, talking to a 10 is the same as talking to a 2. That's the key. You want to get to that point, right? The top tier guys, the guys who got game, man, when I talk to a woman who's a 3, right? She's a 3 out of 10, right? She's a 3. When I'm talking to her, it's the same as me talking to a 10, right? When I get their information and I text them and they don't hit me back, it doesn't bother me. I don't care that the 10 don't hit me back. I don't care that the 3 don't hit me back. It's just the game. I don't care. It takes years to get to that point. Now, of course, the 3 is more apt to hit you back because she's going to want to go out with you. Now, I don't take them out in public. We can have some fun or whatever. At least back in the day, like I said, she could make the reserve list because she got a nice body. Just might not be the prettiest woman, but she got a nice body. Whereas the 10, she may or may not hit you back, bro. She got way too many options. But you want to get to the point where it's seamless. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. And the women will realize that, like, man, this dude really doesn't give a shit. Like, he's nice, but I could tell he ain't pressed. I'll walk away from the conversation. I didn't ask for nothing. I'm like, oh, can I have you have Instagram? Can I have your number? I had this one chick, I was trying to get her Instagram. She's like, can I have your number? I'm like, you got Instagram? Let me get your Instagram. I mean, I'm not giving you my number. And she was fine. She was like a 7. Like, I'm not giving you my number. She got mad. Her feelings got hurt. That's the reason I don't want to give you my number. I already knew you was something wrong with you. Like, I already knew it. I don't want to deal with you. Yeah, give me your Instagram. But I treat them all the same. Meanwhile, these other dudes, these bottom 80 dudes are just running in here trying to pedestalize and all this other kind of stuff, man. It's crazy. Player 1258 in the building. What's good, fam? Right? Yeah, man. Men got to work, bro. If you want it, you're going to have to work. You don't have to work for it unless you're one of those dudes who just was born with the correct genes. You're tall. You're just good with people. Some people don't have to work as hard, but everybody got to work. Brother Cody's Kings in the building. Cody is saying, bro, women want desperate guys. All these dudes out here thirsty as fuck with no standards. Yes, I think they want the attention from the thirsty dudes. They ain't smashing these thirsty dudes. You know what I mean? You might have a guy who has game who seems thirsty, but if he has a little bit of game, he might be able to smash or whatever. But these dudes, these bottom tier guys going after these women, pedestalizing them and spending their money, doing the whole simpleton thing. These women ain't trying to smash those guys. They just want the attention. They'll gladly take it. Remember, like 95% of the women want 5% of the men. It breaks down the way it breaks down. Right? It breaks down the way it breaks down. So it's women want attention from wherever they can get it. right? They want to give attention to the top tier guys. And then you got dudes out there with varying levels of game. You know, you might be able to talk a chick into something. I've been in situations where a woman was just mad at her man and, you know, came across me and I'm chatting her up or whatever. And next thing you know, she's back at the crib, we smashing. You know, I've had women do that, smashing, like, man, oh, I shouldn't have done that. As they're putting on their, you know, putting their lingerie back on, putting on their panties, putting on their little bras, whatever. I shouldn't have done that, but they still kissing on you. Oh, man. You know, but it's like, whew, like, you know, I'm not coming back. I didn't tell you, but I'm married. I was just mad at my husband. Wow, too bad I didn't meet you, you know, 10 years ago or something like that. I mean, they got game. They don't care. You know what I mean? She got it in, had her fun, high five, pat me on the butt, and off she went. Never saw her again. I've had some encounters like that. It is what it is. What it is. Brother Cody saying every time I hear a guy say he is looking for a partner, or that they want a relationship, I get grossed out. Sounds needy and gay. Facts. You got guys out here that just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, don't want, my bad. I feel you, Cody. But the thing is, guys, you got to get your game up. You got to get your confidence up. You have to get these traits that women find attractive. Once you have these traits, women will start to talk to you, bro. Right? And again, you're going to have to make the first move, but she will put herself in your orbit, right? So what old girl was saying, like, women want to be approached. They do, and they will put themselves right next to you, waiting for you to say something. They do it all the time.
Your sample was 13,000 single women
Yes.
in the US and the UK.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what the age cohort was, but let's say that 50% of women are in a relationship, 50% are single. That actually turns 95% into 47.5%.
Yeah.
So for the guys that say, I've tried to approach women, what's the likelihood that each time I do it, it's one of the 5%? It's like, yeah, but you don't know, unless they've got a green badge that says, yes, I'm single.
Yeah.
You're not actually pre-selecting.
Exactly. So you're just
Yeah, they're right about that. I mean, you just got to run the numbers and not care. Casual fan was like, if she left you on red on IG, do you unfollow them? I don't. I don't do that at all. If I text them, they don't get back to me. I don't worry about it. And when I see them in real life, I don't mention it. They do. I don't. Right? Because I'm older and I understand. I can just be patient. Right? Because when you fall into the unfollow them and all the negativity, they're gonna remember that. And they're gonna look at you as you know, low self-esteem type dude. They'll be like, oh, you know, he got butt hurt. So I'll send a message. Now, here's the thing. I don't use Instagram like that trying to get on with women. I use my Instagram for promotional purposes for my, you know, comedy shows or different events or whatever I'm doing. But it happens all the time. Women that I'm cool with, like this, I'll send a DM. They'll read it or whatever. It's left on red or whatever. I don't worry about it. They saw it. Sometimes they'll pull up. They're like, oh, I saw your DM. I'm sorry I didn't respond. Like, baby, you here. You ain't got to respond. What's up? We over here. They go to, you know, I'm gonna put them in my section, give them a bottle. That's why I'm doing it. But if I'm DMing a bunch of women and they're not hitting me back, I'm not tripping. And another thing you got to realize, I don't think dudes understand the amount of DMs the average woman gets on Instagram, bro. She might not see it. Just keeping it 100. You guys know I'm working with Fresh and Fit on the city group things, right? We use Telegram. Man, the amount of messages I get on Telegram, I don't see them all right away. Sometimes I see them and it's like, oh shit, I forgot about that. I don't see them. I have to clear them out, constantly clear them out. And if I don't, it gets me confused. It's a lot of messages and I'm only getting a fraction of what the average girl gets on Instagram. Tons and tons of messages, bro. Don't worry about it. If she read it, it's fine. I mean, she acknowledged it. Okay, I saw it. She might pull up. She might hit you back later. If she sees you again, you know, it is what it is. If you want to unfollow them, go ahead. If you want to, but I don't. I wouldn't do that. I'm just gonna play it like a G. And she's gonna realize, like, man, this dude cool. I'll be leaving his stuff on red or whatever. She'll bump into you again at a spot somewhere in real life and see you with some other women. Like, oh shit, he a G for real. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I've had women hit me up and it's like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't answer your message. I'm like, what message? I forgot. She left me on red and I forgot I sent it. And I'm like, oh, that. Oh, don't worry about that, baby. It's cool. So that's what I would do, man. I'm 10 minutes back, DL, when you said, why wouldn't women's egos be inflated? Mine would. That's exactly my point. Men have led to this. Oh, I know what you're talking about. This is the macro picture, the micro picture. Be the change you want to see. I get you, but I was saying that I understand where they're coming from. Like I get it. It's human nature. Women get all that ego burst and all that. I get you, and you're right. Men need to change it around. Men need to turn it around. Step up their game. You know, be like I said, become what we need them to be in order to get the women to begin to change. But that's not the change. I don't think that change is gonna come anytime soon. But the change will come eventually, I believe. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the needy dude like Bass is talking about. Like you want to be the guy. The top tier dudes don't care. Like the top tier guys don't care about being left on red. However, you know, the multimillionaire guy, these women ain't leaving that guy on red. She gonna respond in some way, shape, or form because of everything that he can provide. Like this is the guy with the private jet. This is the guy with the yacht. This is the guy to get you into any club. Of course, they're not gonna leave him on red. Right. So if you don't want to be left on red, I guess you got work to do. You need to become that dude. You know what I mean? And look, Cody's like, nah, unfollow that. Hey man, that's cool. But you got to understand, Cody's running through a bunch of chicks. I'm not gonna unfollow him because I'm a promoter. Right? They're more valuable to me to help me with my business. So I'm not gonna unfollow them. But Cody's like, man, forget these chicks. They're gonna act like that. Bye. He's got 4 or 5 more waiting to go. So it's up to you. And it is all part of the game, bro. It's how you want to play that game, how you want to play it. You know, that's me. You know, Bass, don't follow him in the first place. You see what I'm saying, man? Y'all all over the place, bro. Right? So, like the Instagram thing or whatever, being left on red on your iPhone, I ain't worried about all that, bro. It depends on how you are moving, how you plan to move, right? What's your mission? Right. And that's one of the first things I ask dudes, right? You want to get into this game. What's your mission? Are you looking to just smash a bunch of chicks and run a rotation? You want to spin plates? Or are you looking to find the woman of your dreams? And you trying to find yourself, right, a wife, a good wife. I need to know up front what your intentions are. And that's going to dictate how we train. Like training to find yourself a good woman versus training just to rack up a bunch of chicks. 2 different ways of training. Right. So it's up to you, brother. I don't do that. I don't worry about it. If they leave me on red, I don't care. Actually, I'm too busy to even, I got other things I'm doing. By the time I figure out they left me on red, I done seen them again. It is what it is. And it does take time, bro. Brother Penny, when women see that you're not desperate for their attention, they, my bad. They rightfully get the sense that you're not going to stalk them or become obsessed. Exactly. And sometimes when I'm reading these messages, y'all, I have boxes, message boxes pop up. I got an email or something, and I'm trying to read, and the boxes pop up. And they always come up in like groups. Like, God dog it. And Sister Michelle, she's like, yeah, but when you do leave him on red, they are not used to it. Yeah, that's true. Talking about the top tier guys, they're not used to it. Right. So everyone's playing their version of the game. So you got to play your game that's going to work best for you. What are your goals? What's your mission? What are you trying to do? How do these people fit into your world? Right. Again, they didn't have this technology when I was coming up, but when I was younger, if it was being left on red, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me at all because I'm going to see her again. And when I see her again, it's on. Like, it's cool. I might fuck with her. If I see this making her uncomfortable, I might joke about it and make her feel comfortable. Like, baby, I ain't on that. I know you busy. Shit, I know you got a man. Don't worry about it. Just hit me up when you ready. Because I'm coming in with the real holla holla. You know what I mean? I could care less. I know the game. Holla, 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 holla. I'm coming in like that, man. Just come over here and get this. You can come get this and then go back to your man. I ain't going to say a word. And they see that. Right. And they realize, again, you're not the stalker type. You don't care. Like, you out there. You're like, you're a real one. So, I mean, that's just how it is. And Cody has a good point about the disrespect there. Like, I mean, again, this technology didn't exist when I was coming up. And I use it as a business tool today. So I could care. I don't necessarily see it as disrespect because I do the same thing to other people. But I can see how, you know, if you're in a relationship, I can see it, you know, y'all trying to get together. Y'all supposed to be doing something. Yeah, I can see that. But But Cody makes a good point. He's like, hey man, if you let her treat you with that disrespect and still want to move forward, expect a lot more of that. It's a really good point. But if I'm just smashing the chick, I don't care. Right? I don't, man. So long as she come over here and bend over, man. We're gonna have our fun and she's gonna go home and disrespect her dude. Right? It depends on, like, again, if you're looking for a woman who's gonna, add value and be with you, then Cody has a point. Why is she not? She's leaving you on red. How come she ain't responding? How come she ain't sending an emoji at least? She could at least send an emoji or some sort of acknowledgement. I get that. But like, I ain't trying to marry none of these hoes, man. No, I don't care. I'm just trying to smash. We got brother Nightish in the building. Was good. Long time, for real. Shout out to you, man. Let's get back to the video.
It is, you just have to approach more often. And I get it. It's hard. It can be anxiety inducing. You're oftentimes facing rejection. And that is just what has been happening for all of human history. And I think we have become complicit with expecting things to be delivered to us. You can press a button on your phone and have any meal you want delivered to your door. All of your groceries come to your door. Anything you want to watch, you can press a button and watch that at that time. And I'm not anti-technology, but technology has made people lazy and expect to always get what they want when they want it. And dating and mating is not that way.
Is this male approach anxiety the biggest problem that guys come to you with?
It is one of them, absolutely. And it's not even necessarily that they come to me and say, hey, I have approach anxiety and I want to get over it. It's that they don't have the dating life they want, and they don't even necessarily draw the conclusion, oh, I'm not approaching anybody, when that is one of the very big problems. So I really encourage, I do this with all of my clients, and any guys out there who are listening are like, oh, I'm like not meeting women. Keep an approach journal. I challenge you, a note on your phone,
You
a
don't
real
need to do
journal,
that.
write down every time you talk to a woman. And you don't have to ask for her phone number. You shouldn't ask for her phone number or ask her out if the conversation doesn't feel like it warrants that. But just how many times you're actually talking to women. And I bet you will be shocked at how few it is.
So
an approach journal. See, that's why you're paying $1,000. See, that's my thing. From now on, I'm gonna charge $500 an hour. So get your journals ready. You don't need an approach journal. What you need to do is every opportunity you get to talk to a woman, you should talk to a woman. You should talk to them. You just figure it out. Make it quick. Break the ice, get their name, and keep it moving. You don't even have to start with just the women who are walking around like you. Start with the women who are working the register. Like if you're in the drive-thru picking up something from I don't know, Chick-fil-A. You picking up a Chick-fil-A, and you know how they got the women with the headset on sometimes taking your order. Just kind of crack a joke. Get her to say something. Mention her name. Because her name's on her name tag, so you don't have to ask her name. But mention her name. Like, hey, Mandy, how you doing? What's your nickname, Mandy? You ain't got a nickname, girl? Yeah, I do. They call me, I don't know. They call me Miss B or some shit. Whatever. But that just gives you that, little interaction. That's real quick. Cars moving. You just had that little interaction. When they bring the food out to you, interact with her. Boo, I bet you happy. I hope the shift's almost over. Like, nah, I'm just getting started. Oh, no, that sucks. That kind of stuff, right? Talk to the bartender. Talk to the waitress. Just slowly get comfortable just with that interaction. Yeah, they got to work there. Yeah, they're not going to tell you to go away or run away or scream at you because they're at work. And then work your way at the bar. Talk to the woman who might be sitting next to you or 2 seats down or whatever. Ask a question or make a comment. Work your way up to it. Learn how to be social. And again, you just want a name, right? A lot of times I'll have conversations with people when I'm out and about. I never even get around to asking their name. It was a great conversation. It was good talking to you. And they're like, oh, what's your name? Like, oh, that's right. I'm saying, how you doing? What's your name? Oh, like, man, I should have started with that, huh? And they're like, oh, man. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to learn how to get names. Just make a joke out of it and I just keep it moving. But you don't need to keep a journal. A damn journal. I'm going to keep a journal. How many people I talk to? Stop it.
So this is the equivalent of using MyFitnessPal to track your calories. And you're saying, dude, I promise you, I'm only eating 1,500 calories. And you say, let's track it for a week. And you go, fuck, it was 2,200.
Yes.
I'm approaching 10, 15 women a week. Oh, it was 1.
Maybe. And I think part of that is because have access to social media, to OnlyFans. And so you're seeing all of these beautiful women, and it tricks you into thinking like, surely I'm interacting with women. I see women all the time. Maybe you're even DMing some or interacting with them on OnlyFans. That doesn't count. That is not the same as walking up to a woman in the grocery store, at a yoga class, in a park, and striking up a conversation.
What is your best advice for men to overcome approach anxiety?
Yeah, so I actually have an entire mini course on this because I get so many
I
questions about
wonder
it.
how much
My
that
biggest
costs.
piece of advice is take the pressure off. So don't think like, oh, I need to approach and my goal here is to get a phone number. No, your goal is to connect with another human being. So you shouldn't just be approaching attractive women who you're interested in dating. Approach humans, people generally, women generally, of all ages, and talk to them and get really good at that. And then once you feel comfortable with that, it will feel more natural to approach a woman who you do find attractive and have a good conversation. And then maybe you do ask for her phone number. But going from sitting on your couch and swiping to approaching at 10, yeah, that's really scary. So
Somebody owes me $1,000. Didn't I just say that? Like I said, man, little shorty getting that money because she cute. I ain't mad at her. Somebody owe me $1,000. But she's right, man. Get used to talking to people. Get social. The number one thing men need to do today is get out the house. I got to go outside. That's the number one thing. Go outside. Start there. Right. And don't go out with a bunch of dudes. Go out by yourself. A lot of people get mad at me for saying that. Like, man, you're a grown ass man. Go out by yourself. Don't be afraid. What you scared of? Go out by yourself. Dress appropriately. Smell good. Make sure your hygiene is on point. And just kind of go in places. And the bartender is going to talk to you. That's their job. That's their job. One of the things here in Tampa, I'll go to some random bars in some nice neighborhoods, and I'm always dressed really nice. And the bartenders come up to me and they'll just compliment me on what I'm wearing. So I might have on a tie, I might have on something or whatever. I might have just whatever. I'm always put together well. They'll come over and be like, wow, I've seen you here before. You always look so nice. Oh, well, thank you very much. Then I'll order my cognac on the rocks or maybe a splash of Coke, and they'll come back and they'll spend time talking to me. I don't even have to talk to them. They're coming over to talk to me. And guess what? They'll introduce you to people. Hey, Saint, this is my friend Mary over here. She remembers the first time you came in here. Mary was here. And yeah, she just wanted to say hi. Like, oh, hey, hi, Mary. Why don't you come on over? And Mary would come over and we would whatever. Mary wound up buying me the drink. We were just sitting there chopping it up. I ran out of cognac and she made a motion to the bartender and she brought me another drink. And Mary's like, oh, that's on me. That's on me. You're so nice. I'm like, well, thank you very much. Right. And that goes to when dudes say women never buy stuff for men. Bullshitty die. They do it all the time, but they're going to do it for certain men. You want women to buy you shit. You want women to pay attention to you. You want women to spend money to be with you and spend time with you. Bro, you're going to have to be a certain type of dude. Simple.
start small, start with baby steps.
Charlie Houpert from Charisma on Command's got a good piece of advice where he says, flirt with the world. He uses Russell Brand as the example of this. And, Russell Brand in his Lothario era 10, 15 years ago, he's doing this interview. And what is it that someone asks him the question, I've heard that you're a sex addict. Is that right? And he says, well, I don't know if it's right, but it's definitely enjoyable. And you just think like he's always playing this sort of flirtatious game. He's touching it's Russell Brand. He also may turn out to be a sex criminal. We don't know about that. So, don't take your dating cues from Russell Brand. But the sentiment I think is true, which is, and I know this, I'm recently single, and you go from being, not at all concerned with the way that you come across to women, and then you start to sort of have to re-kickstart this engine of, oh God, okay, well, I need to actually be a little bit more playful here, as opposed to just the transactional sort of autist that you were previously.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. I love the flirt.
He doesn't have to. Chris Williamson could just continue to be him, and the women are going to come to him. He doesn't have to do that. He might just be saying that just to be saying it. Life of Cash is in the building. What's good, fam? Speaking of brothers who know how to communicate with humans, this brother right here knows how to communicate with humans. You ain't got to worry about him, but if you walk into a spot with him, turn your back, made 4 or 5 friends. turn back around like, who are these people? Oh yeah, just met them, just chatted them up. So shout out to you, bro. And I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta go get the little one from band practice. We might do a part 2. We might listen to a little bit more of this because she talks about opening lines. This little segment. You know what? Let's listen to this opening lines thing real quick, and then we'll wrap this up.
You mentioned a couple of opening lines there. What some canned openers that the super nervous guy that's going to go out and try this weekend a couple of times to do this?
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite opening lines?
Okay. Like I said, keep it really simple unless something comes to you that you're like, oh, this really makes sense. So first, look for a few things. What's she holding? What's she doing? What's she wearing? Any of those things can be things to comment on. Maybe she's holding a yoga mat, so you can use that as a conversation starter. Maybe she's holding a cup of coffee or, wearing some really unique Doc Martens or hat. Those are all things you can comment on. So leveraging that is one option. So you might say something like, hey, I noticed you from over there. Those are sick sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead myself. Where did you get those? Or how long have you had them? When did those drop? That's an example of using something she's holding, doing, wearing as a jumping off point. If your mind is blank, she's not holding, doing, wearing anything you can comment on, then going back to just like, hey, I saw you from over there and I wanted to come over and introduce myself. My name's Blaine. Or, hey, I saw you from over there and I thought you were really cute and I'd kick myself later if I didn't say hello. How's your night going? Simple.
Yeah, that shit works. That shit works. I mean, you can't take it from her. I mean, it works. When you just walk over and say, I thought you were cute, or if you say that, I would kick myself if I didn't say something to you, she's probably gonna, if she's not into you, she doesn't dig you, she's probably gonna walk away. But when you comment on something that she's holding or wearing or whatever, like she said, I do that all the time. I'll look at their jewelry. If they're wearing Van Cleef, I'll talk about Van Cleef. If they're wearing Chanel, if they're wearing Louboutins, or if they're wearing whatever, if I recognize something that they're wearing, I'll comment on that. Stuff like that. If their nails are nice but not crazy, like with the diamonds and the talons and all that kind of shit, just regular, regular length, well manicured nails, I'll comment on that. Like, man, that's one hell, like very nice manicure. You just like, and just talk about that. You get asked when I'm drinking, hey, you got one of those drinks with all of the umbrellas and shit on it. What is that? And then they'll tell you, like, you're in the conversation. Okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? All right, man. Maybe one day I'll try one of those. Hey, what's your name? They'll tell you your name. All right, my name's Saint. Nice talking to you. Take care. Walk away. You're out. That's it. You broke the ice. You got in there. You got her name. You got out. That's it. So, I mean, she wasn't wrong on that shit. She wasn't. But she's never had to approach. She's a cute girl. Put her in a fat suit and see what kind of attention. Like, put her in a fat suit and give her like bad skin. Like, make her, do her makeup so she looks bad. And, now let's see her get some numbers. Let's see her get some names. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Yeah. And Cody's like, yeah, the rest of it. Yeah. It's, and again, it's trial and error. You just got to get out there and do it. That's why I tell dudes, y'all got to get out here and just learn how to break the ice. You have to master the art of small talk. Once you do that, now you're in a position, once you got real comfortable, you don't care about the outcome. Now you're in a position where you can go out here and start to holler at chicks. Right, be up on what's going on with the social media world, what memes are floating around, what's going viral. That's another talking point. You talk about that. If she doesn't know anything about the viral stuff, that tells you a lot about her. Okay, cool. She's not into social media, so maybe let's talk about professional stuff. Okay, that didn't work. Well, let's talk about movies. What kind of movies are you into? Like, learn how to maneuver within the conversation to land on a topic that resonates with whoever you're talking to. That's why, as a dude, you got to broaden your horizons, bro. You got to be up on everything from politics to cartoons. You got to be up on it, bro. Everything. Just so you know how to maneuver, right? If I'm talking to a woman and she's a MAGA chick, all I got to do is start talking MAGA. She's going to talk to me. She ain't going to go nowhere. I'm not a MAGA person, but I could talk MAGA, especially if she's hot. You know what I mean? Because, those conservative women, them Republican chicks, them MAGA chicks, bro, they freaky. And if you don't know, now you know. Yeah, look at Cody. Damn, baby, I see you holding. Oh my goodness, and wearing a hat. Yeah, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, hey girl, I saw you from across the way breathing oxygen. There you go. See, Life of Cash knows. Everyone, the dudes know what they doing. Guys who know what they doing, we make fun of this shit, bro. For you guys who don't, you know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. So I always tell guys, man, just walk up, just kind of break the ice somewhere, get their name. Like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Get their name and get out of there. Don't even take it any further unless she wants to take it further. If she wants to continue to talk to you, if she wants to give you her social media, okay, you can take it. But your mission is just get her name. 5 women a day, every day, 7 days a week. Just do that over and over again. 5 women a day. You out at a coffee shop or, you know, not people you already know don't count, but in the work building, in the structure, walking around, whatever. Just try to do that. It gets to the point where you're just breaking the ice and talking to folks. That is the first step. Well, I'm done. I got to get going. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. And next time we talk, we're definitely going to be talking about having female friends. That right there is the #1 cheat code. Michael Sertain is 100% correct on that. Y'all just don't understand the mastery of that game. If you're out with a beautiful woman that's just your friend, she will draw beautiful women. That's just how it works, bro. That's just how it works. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. And I got to run. I got to go find my little one. Band camp, not band camp, but band practice. And they got a game tomorrow. It is what it is. So I'm DL Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'll see y'all next week. You might catch me on Base Oracle's podcast Friday or Saturday. He does Sunday too. So I might jump over there and holler at my brother. Until then, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.